Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
I'm Roger Sierra.
I'm Braden Howard.
I'm Chad Queen, and I'm back.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
This
This
like
is
we're
week,
never gone.
this is week 7 of Are You Ready for Some Football? And I don't know if it's the eclipse. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'll just ask y'all, what the fuck's going on in the NFL right now, man? Everything is fucking weird, dude.
Parody, man.
First of all, what does a Mitsubishi have to do with this?
I'm not responding to that.
Just like Paul Walker, silence.
Oh my God, you're going to hell in every religion. I swear you are. Anyway, Chip's over here fixing to have a damn conniption. He's getting his 17 chuckles out the way. Look at him. Look at him. Oh God. Can we stay on subject, please?
You started talking about eclipses and stuff.
Yeah. So what the fuck's going on with the NFL right now? Y'all give me y'all's takes, man. How y'all think about week 6? Braden, come with some fucking intelligent knowledge. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking parody, man. That's what we want. I mean, as much as these games aren't exactly exciting, I mean, like, it's 100% parody. I mean, it's 100% any given Sunday so far this year, and that's as simple as it can get. Like, shit, we saw it on full display last week.
What about you, Chadwick? Anything?
The script. It's the script strikes again. No, it's been really weird, and not even just this year, just the past 2 years. In the NFL, it's something's changed. I don't know if it's the rules that they're implementing that they need to go back and look at again. If it's just defense getting better, if it's just offense getting worse, the coaching, I don't know. There's a whole lot of different things that could be going on right now. I've got no explanation. Teams are winning games that they shouldn't. Teams are losing games that they shouldn't. It feels like home field advantage isn't a thing anymore. Nothing matters. It's just football, and whatever happens, happens. It's been wild.
They need to bring back the wedge on kickoffs, go back to where it originally was, and allow targeting. We'll have good football again.
Whoa.
Wow.
So y'all saying y'all don't miss Antonio Brown? We don't need another AB out here?
No. No.
Makes football entertaining.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
No, not that. No, we don't need that. We don't need that.
I think
at
if
all.
it gotta get better for sure. I mean, I don't
Believe it or not,
the worst year for it, man.
I'm actually surprised Roger went in that direction. I thought he was going to say steroids and cocaine.
That's still in football.
That's only when you talk about baseball with Roger.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's
steroids,
that's LSD and steroids.
I still don't know how the hell he threw a no-hitter on acid. I still don't know how that happened. But anyway,
Because
Chip,
he's just that damn good.
any opening thoughts?
I do think that defenses are stepping up, and these defensive coordinators are getting better and figuring out schemes. I think some of the offenses that we have known to be dominant offenses, they are trying to think of the proper term, but
We're getting used to them.
yeah, and people are figuring out ways to scheme around the Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce guaranteed touchdown, the Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown guaranteed touchdown. They're scheming around that now and shutting that shit down. But like we were talking earlier this week in our group chat, I also think that some of the offenses have taken a step back. Not all of them, but there have been a few that have taken a step back from what we're used to. And I think the biggest proprietor of that is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, they only put up what? 8 I'm sorry, what was
18.
it? 18 on the Broncos this week.
Roughly, yeah.
And if this was the Kansas City Chiefs of old, they would have probably ran. It's not the same team that just beat the Bears like 40-0 or 40-8 like a couple weeks ago. But let's just go ahead and dive into our teams real quick. We'll kick it off with Braden's team, the Baltimore Ravens, beating the Tennessee Titans 24-16 over in London.
Why don't you start with my team do on Thursday?
Oh yeah, that's right. They were on Thursday. I'm sorry. I just clicked it. I don't know why it made me miss the Thursday game. Hang on, let me
Just
go
wants
back.
the hurt to be over faster, man. Just let it happen.
It's all part of the script. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right. Well, we'll kick it off. Kansas City Chiefs beat the Denver Broncos 19-8. Again, like what we said before, which Patrick Mahomes, did what he did, 306 touchdown, but an interception in the game. Russell Wilson, unfortunately, threw 2 of them. Roger, since this is your team, man, how did you ultimately feel about the game in totality?
I mean, the game doesn't matter. Did you not see that Taylor Swift is there? That's all that matters.
Oh, here we go.
That's the only thing that matters when the Kansas City Chiefs plays. It's the Swifties.
Hey, I seen a meme earlier today that you guys would have liked, and I forgot to send it to you. But it was Kate Upton is greater than Taylor Swift.
Her sure the fuck is. She at least has some curves through her roads.
All right. Well,
She's got them back road curves.
I'm gonna say, was that shitty song "Body Like a Back Road"?
Braden, what did you think of the Broncos and Chiefs game?
So what I got to see of it, I mean, I don't know. You looking at that game, you would expect the Chiefs just to go out and dominate, but I think the early injuries to Kelsey lingering, I think, played a big role in that. And I think still through how many weeks we've been through, 5 or 6, I think that we still haven't seen a main guy step up for Mahomes besides Kelsey. It's no one's been able to step up in that role for the past 2 or 3 years since Tyreek left. So it's different. I still think they're adjusting that offense. It's still getting growing pains. There's different guys in and out of that offense. But I don't know. I didn't expect that one to be close at all.
What about you, Chip?
Just like what I said earlier, yeah, there was the lingering Kelsey issue with his ankle, but like people are learning how to scheme around that defensively, but they don't truly, like Braden said, they don't truly have a number one at wide receiver. They've got Travis Kelce, and that's it.
Pretty much, yeah. What about you, Chadwick?
It was kind of a boring game, to be honest.
Every primetime game is.
Yeah, it's like it's the same old song and dance now. I was just looking at some stuff here on there, and it's weird that y'all keep mentioning that Patty doesn't have a true wideout anymore besides Kelsey, and he's considered obviously a tight end. That makes a difference. I mean, Kansas City was only 4 for 13 on third downs. They kept getting behind, could not move the ball. I mean, their defense is struggling. I know Chris Jones came back and made an impact, but he has since week 2 when he's came back. He got another sack in that game, but they had 7 penalties for 84 yards. I mean, it was just like everything was going Denver's way, and they still couldn't make anything happen. I don't think it's as much about the Chiefs as it is about how bad Denver's offense is. Denver's defense isn't the worst. I mean, what was it? Under 400 total yards for them. And so, I mean, it's under 400 total yards for Kansas City, I believe is what it was. But even then, like, you've got weapons like Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy's supposed to be good, and Marvin Mims is supposed to be good, and Javonte Williams is trying to make this comeback. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening for that team. We're finally seeing that Russ he's not what he used to be after that injury. And I mean, it is what it is. I'm wondering though, if they're actually going to pull the trigger. Did y'all hear the rumor that's going around for Denver at the moment?
That they're going to pull the plug on the Sean Payton experiment?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Then I heard a different story then.
That they're letting him add another piece to his experiment. They're talking about signing Rex Ryan as a defensive coordinator.
Well, they've talked about it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they've been talking about that for a while. Yeah. I don't know. If I'm Rex Ryan, I'm going to keep my nice little cushy job at ESPN, to be honest. I mean, I don't know if I'd want to deal with the headache that comes.
Or you can talk about his
give me a football team with Sean Payton, Rex Ryan, and Russell Wilson. Just give it to me. Why not? I don't
see what kind of shit happens. Yeah, because
that's the thing. Like, why not? Who cares?
It's not going to get worse. What are they right now? They're 1-5.
1-5.
What's it going to matter? Let Rex Ryan come in, bust some heads, and see what happens. I mean, it's either going to get better or it's going to stay stagnant. It doesn't really matter, I don't believe.
Didn't mean to get bombarded like that.
Caleb Williams,
I just said.
I need the Broncos to be the in-season Hard Knocks team if that happens. Please, I beg you, please.
That being said, let's move on to Baltimore, Tennessee. Baltimore defeated Tennessee 24-16 in London. Braden, how'd you feel about the game overall?
So, from a fan's perspective, I loved it. You know, the defense is doing what Baltimore's defense has done all season long. They shut down Derrick Henry, didn't let Ryan Tannehill get too many open throws. It was just a really, really good performance overall from the team. A lot of fans will not like that response because they'll say, "Oh, you know, it's an ugly win, what yada yada," just because we know we didn't blow them out of the water. But like a win's a win, regardless. Especially going over to London, that's hard to do in itself, and any win in the NFL is hard to come by. So I loved it. Honestly, did the compared to last week, I think the offense really got going. The receivers actually caught the balls that they needed to catch this week. Converted on a lot of big plays. I think they would have converted on a lot more if the turf wasn't so bad. But I was really really impressed from a fan, and I'm excited to see if we make any moves at the deadline. And we're going to a really tough stretch of the season, so we'll see what's going on. But I loved it.
What about you, Roger?
I mean, it was all right. I watched the highlights. I didn't get to actually watch the game because I wasn't waking up that early to watch the game. But no, we had occasional hands. Al Galore out there, and occasionally plays Beckham. So how long is this experiment going to keep lasting?
That's a good point. What about you, Chad?
Lamar's finally starting to come into his own. He looks like he's starting to be Lamar again. The main thing for Baltimore is they have to find ways. They've got to figure out how to get Mark Andrews the ball. They've got to quit trying to appease Odell Beckham. They've got to stop trying to get the ball over to Nelson. Feed it to Mark Andrews. Open up the field with Zay Flowers on the outside. Let them play. And with Tennessee, looks like next man up, Malik Willis is going to play. We might actually get some Bananarama Will Levis here in the next couple of weeks. We'll see what ends up happening with Tannehill.
I'm not even kidding you. Sometimes I'll watch the games. I will forget that Andrews exists just because he's so uninvolved this season. I don't even know what it is with Monken's offense. Like I expected the tight end to love it, but he's gotten no touches at all so far.
I expected him to throw the ball so much more.
He had 4 receptions out of 6 targets.
And like he's doing fine. It's just like it's not the things that we're used to, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he's not getting targeted. Like I think that's the most targets this season.
Got other guys to throw to now, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing is with Andrews, just real quick, is he is such a well-rounded tight end that he can do everything. So they ask him to do everything when they primarily need to just let him catch the ball because he can be a Travis Kelce-esque type player if they do that.
Yeah,
absolutely. What about you, Chip?
So the big thing with the Ravens is the injuries on their offense right now. I think they need to take OBJ and sit his ass down somewhere far away from the field because he is just making a mockery out of everything when he's on the field. It's just he wants the money, but he doesn't want to play the game. From what I have seen, that's just my opinion. But I think he is a hindrance to that team. He's taking targets away from the people that should be getting them, like Mark Andrews, like Zay Flowers, and he's not catching the ball like you would expect Odell Beckham to make the catches. On the flip side, Tennessee is just terrible. Everybody has figured out how to stop Derrick Henry. I think a lot of that is the injuries over the past couple of seasons are hindering him from getting going downfield. But the big thing with Derrick Henry is he's not shifty at all. So it's once he gets going, like he's north to south when he runs. There's very little east to west in his movement. He's just going to try to run everybody over, but they're figuring out that they can tackle him. He's not going to run everybody over anymore. Ryan Tannehill he's hurt now, but he's not making the plays that he should at quarterback. They've got a top wideout in DeAndre Hopkins. He still looks good, and he's making plays when he's targeted, but he's not being targeted that much either. So
No, he's not. Although you would think if they, with Malik Willis, has the injury report came out? Is Tannehill going to be out for this upcoming game? Or
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so Malik Willis, in my personal opinion, I think he would need a D Hop, because a veteran wide receiver could be an asset to a young quarterback. So maybe this week in practice, maybe they need to get some type of a rapport with one another, because D Hop may be all he has to throw to. So, and again, also like what Chip said about Derrick Henry, the injuries are starting to accumulate, and eventually over time, it's going to wear you pretty thin. And, we'll see what happens there.
Once they reach that thresh point of like damn near 30, it's like, it's hard for a running back, man. You don't see many guys that old.
Yeah. Well, most running backs are done by their 27, 28 years old.
Yeah. Well, and especially with a running back like Derrick Henry, who utilizes his size to run people over as opposed to,
avoiding contact.
Well, like a Frank Gore who played, forever, probably could come out and play still, but he was shifty and avoided contact, where Derrick Henry was just like, I'm big, I'm going to run you over.
Yeah, not very few of those type players last that long in the league. Like if you're a fullback, obviously, you might be able to last a little bit longer because you're not called to do too much, maybe some goal line stuff here and there, maybe catch a swing pass here and there. But it's like Derrick, like y'all remember, like, because Steven Jackson was a big running back. There was, and then you think of all the other big running backs that actually ran it. Tyrone Wheatley was a big running back. Mike Allstott, which he was a fullback, but he was still a big dude out there, pounding away. Eventually over time, it takes its toll on your body, But moving on from that game, we're going to move on to the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. If this damn computer would let me click on the thing, thank you very much. Houston Texans did beat the New Orleans Saints 20-13. Chip, this is your team. How do you feel ultimately about the win that the Houston Texans had against the Saints?
I feel real good about it. The defense is legit there in Houston. They are. I can't remember. There's 7 or 8 goal line stands where the Saints were like within 5 yards of a touchdown and they got snuffed.
Right.
The offense is still kind of mid. They're still trying to find their footing. We had some injuries this week. Tank Dell being out in concussion protocol. But I mean, all in all, I think the team is ahead of schedule as to where they should be on this apparent rebuild, and I'm just along for the ride.
What'd you say, Braden?
Well, I don't know, man. CJ Stroud still impresses every single week. I thought that the Texans would struggle against that Saints defense, man, but I don't know. It's awesome to see what they're doing every single week, man. We've not seen a rookie quarterback like that in quite some time. And it's like he was saying, I think they're ahead of schedule. It's crazy. It really is. I mean, they're, like we said last week, they are damn near in contention for the AFC South. They're right up there with the Jags.
Oh, that's what I was fixing to ask. Is this going to come down to the final week?
Yeah, I think 100%. I mean, the Jags are clear cut the better team, but the Texans are so gritty that they'll make it competitive.
Right. What about you, Chad?
This Texans team is scrappy. I'll give them that. CJ Stroud's quite possibly the best quarterback, dare I say, to come out of Ohio State and prove it on an NFL field. He's shown much more than the ones in the past, who is it, Barrett and Pryor and all those people. So he's doing
JT
fantastic.
Barrett, Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is giving him a run when he's healthy. The dude's fine, but that's a whole nother conversation right now with Chicago.
And I think Dwayne Haskins would have been better, but we know this situation there. He unfortunately passed away. So which was sad. I tell you what, I want to see more
I want to see a little bit more out of CJ Stroud. I know he's been great. I think he's got more in the tank. I want to see him run the ball a little bit more. I do want to see that. Just 3 rushes this past week. He only got 2 yards on that. I would like to see him use his tools. And he's not what you consider a mobile quarterback in the NFL. He's not Lamar. He's not Justin Fields, those Josh Allen, those types of, but he's got that build. He's got that in him. We've seen him do it. I want to see more of that from him. And they need to figure out who's going to be running the ball for them. This time split between Singletary and Pierce is just not cutting it. But as it pertains to the Texans, they're looking scrappy. I think they'll put up a fight the next few weeks, and we'll see. Have to reevaluate after that because I think it's going to come down to it. But I will say front runner Ryans for head coach of the year so far.
Yeah, definitely. What about you?
I got D'Amico Ryans as the front runner for head coach of the year. I got CJ Stroud as front runner for rookie of the year right now. And Will Anderson is top 2 in defensive rookie of the year. It's going to be between him and Jalen Petrie for sure.
Yeah. Well, say you, Raj.
No, I mean, this game was all right to me. I don't know. Not a lot was happening, in my opinion, on either side, really. Derek Carr was just throwing the ball just to throw a ball. But other than that the Saints aren't really doing much either. They're just trying to rotate through as much as they can, trying to figure out what their plan is going to be because they're not clicking at all either, in my opinion. I'm surprised they actually have 3 wins, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, 353 yards and a touchdown, but he
threw 50 times.
So, yeah, it took you 50 tries to get 300 yards.
That's their offense right now.
Yeah,
Kamara coming back, only getting 68 yards off of 19 carries. And I mean, Kendre Miller's not doing anything to help. They're going to have to throw the ball a lot. They've got the tools to do it with Thomas, Olave, and obviously Kamara and Shaheed. But yeah, they need to figure out what they're going to do on the running side.
Yes.
What's sad is I forget Mike Thomas exists sometimes because he gets such little production now.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the next game, the Miami Dolphins against the Carolina Panthers. Miami won 42-21 after giving me a damn heart attack in the first quarter. Carolina going up 14-0 in the first quarter, and I thought, oh shit, we're fixing to get beat by the worst team in the NFL. And then all of a sudden, it was like the Dolphins said, "Nah, fuck this. Let's just take it over." And they did scored 21 in the second, to go ahead into overtime.
Halftime.
Halftime. I'm sorry, not overtime, halftime. How do you let's start with Chip. How did you feel about the Dolphins win over Carolina?
As expected. Don't really have much else to say. It was expected. We all called it. I think everybody in under the sun called the Dolphins to win that game. I'm really shocked that they allowed the Panthers to jump out to a 14-0 lead at the very beginning. But other than that, it was like status quo to me.
What about you, Raj?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that the Dolphins really allowed the Panthers to score 14 to be in the game. Hey, guys, did you guys know that Adam Thielen still plays football? Because I sure the fuck didn't know until now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Old man Thielen.
I can't believe you guys let that man cook you like that for a while.
11 receptions, 115 yards, and a touchdown. The closest receiver after that was DJ Chark at 3 receptions, 26 yards.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Crazy. That's crazy.
But no, I mean, the Dolphins did the usual stuff. I mean, Tua throws it to Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, and Raheem just runs at the field.
Yep.
Did you guys' new receiver start this week, or is he still holding out? Okay.
Oh, you talking about Claypool?
Yeah.
Who?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't start. He didn't play at all in this game.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
I mean, I'm surprised you got. I don't know why you got one for him, to be honest.
Your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea whatsoever. Chad, what you feel about this?
It's a well-oiled machine that Mike McDaniels has put together. This team can run the ball. They can obviously throw the ball. They've got depth in places that a lot of teams are struggling to have a starting piece for. It's Dolphins are looking really good. They are playing very good football. Tyreek is insane. Jalen's as solid as can be. Raheem the Dream is just gone every time he touches the ball.
Yeah.
Um,
As soon as we get Devon A-Chain back, it's gonna be on too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
real good. And
there. I mean, I think I read it as like the top 3 candidates for rookie of the year are CJ Stroud, Puka Nakua, and Devonta A-Chain.
Yep.
Are the top 3 right now. I mean, chances are it's probably going to go to CJ Stroud. But yeah, Braden, how did you feel about this game?
Call me crazy, but this will probably be one of the best offenses of all time. I think it'll be one for the record books without a doubt.
Even over the greatest show on turf.
I mean, it'll be one of, if not the. I mean, I think what they're doing right now is just, you see them on the schedule. It's just, you're terrified. It's like, what are you going to do? McDaniel does.
Unless you're the Bills.
He does such creative stuff that it's mind blowing what he does every week. Just watching the game and watching how he schemes guys open. It's awesome. It really is. But it's just light work for him this week. Yeah. Just another chalky win.
The thing about it is, for me though, and I have not been critical at all of the offense. My biggest criticism of Miami has always been their defense. The defensive line is really, really good. We got good, solid linebackers. I feel like our secondary makes a lot of dumb, boneheaded decisions, a lot of PI calls, and just they let guys burn them when we know that they're better than what they are. And it's just, I don't know. That's my only concern. Well, I got 2 main concerns: Tua's health and my secondary. Other than that, like, I feel like we got a good enough team that we can make a good deep playoff run. Problem is, though, even if we do win the division, we got to get home field advantage, because if we don't get home field advantage, we could be going to Kansas City. Kansas City is right now the team that everyone's like, oh, this is, they've hosted the AFC Championship game over the last 3 years now, so it's hard to win in Kansas City, even though Detroit did it week 1.
Tua has to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Did you see Mike White come in at the end of the game?
And first pass and throw that bullshit interception. Yeah.
Dude, Tua has to stay healthier. This team is doomed.
Yeah.
Who else is you guys back up besides Mike White?
Skylar Thompson.
I keep forgetting he exists too.
Yeah. You say you keep forgetting he exists, but I mean, he almost beat the Bills last year in the playoffs.
Hey, almost don't matter though in this sport.
I'll take an almost at this point, to be honest with you, because every team needs at least some type of moral victory. Speaking of moral victories, yeah, that's what I was fixing to go to. Let's get into it, man. The New York Jets defeated the undefeated, now the 5-1 Philadelphia Eagles 20-14. Chadwick, go ahead, my friend. How did you feel about this game?
It's been proven that you can't win them all. It's going to happen. I'll be honest. I was pretty pissed, but I'm not super tore up about it. I mean, we won in almost every aspect of the game except the final score. Time of possession, total yards, passing yards, like everything worked except for turnovers that beat us. The turnovers beat us.
He threw 2 interceptions?
3, I believe. 3 interceptions. He threw 3 interceptions, and we lost a fumble. Those 4 turnovers absolutely beat us, because I mean, it's you can't turn the ball over 4 times and expect to win the game, especially when the other team doesn't turn the ball over. You can't be in the -4 range there and get a win. It's just a blunder. It's just one of those games. Every team has them. Miami had theirs earlier on. San Francisco had one this week. The Eagles had theirs. Kansas City had theirs first game of the year. It happens. Teams are going to win that are not supposed to win. Teams are going to lose that are not supposed to lose. It always works out that way. We were playing on their turf, on their home field. That I believe that makes a difference even for the Jets because people are still excited for that team. The Jets didn't look good though. That's the thing. That was the concerning thing for me is the Jets didn't look great and they still got the win. I really believe it comes down to the turnovers. And I don't know if y'all heard the news today or not. Did y'all see the Eagles' new signing?
No.
Oh yeah.
Was it that guy at the retirement home?
Julio
Yeah,
Jones?
wide receiver Julio Jones signs a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I think my grandpa used to watch him. That's cool.
Like fucking why?
Are you guys going to sign Frank Gore next? Maybe Adrian Peterson?
If we keep getting inconsistency from the running back position, yeah, DeAndre Swift looks great for 2 games in a row, and then he shits himself.
How about
I
Le'Veon?
I don't know what's happening.
How about Le'Veon Bell? Is he still alive somewhere? Once you get him back,
Ravens
know.
legend Le'Veon Bell? What?
Oh my god!
What about the Buccaneers legend Antonio Brown? You want to get him on the field too?
We
Yeah.
might as well at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get White Jay-Z out there since he's in the booth.
I think the Julio signing has something to do with. I mean, I know it's not the Bulldogs, but the Georgia thing. I mean, he played in Atlanta for a very long time. So
No, he did. Wait, no. Julio Jones went to Alabama.
He did play in
He
Atlanta,
played.
though.
He played for the Falcons, though. Is
Okay,
what I was saying. He was
okay.
in Georgia for a long stint.
Okay, all right.
No, they just didn't look good. They didn't look good. The secondary is our biggest concern at this point by a long shot. The defensive line, fantastic. Offensive line, possibly the best in the league. Wide receivers, great. Quarterback, really great. Superstar quarterback, he had a bad game. It's happened to every single quarterback that's ever played the game. I'm not worried about us moving forward. I think we're ready to step up and play ball. We've only lost 2 games in a row, I believe, once, and that was late in the year last year with Nick Sirianni as head coach. And so we'll see what happens when we go into Miami next week.
Watching that game, as soon as Lane Johnson went out, that was wraps.
Yeah,
That was huge.
yeah.
And I think the Jets just feasted on that. And what really blew me away with that one is, you'll have to refresh me, was it 40 or 50 pass attempts for Jalen Hurts?
Let me look real quick. It was
45 right in the middle.
You're throwing
45.
45 times. I understand that Sauce is out, but like, why? I understand like DeAndre Swift couldn't get it going on a couple of carries. I only think he had like 5 or 6 carries, but like, you can't abandon the run game like that. That's the one thing that blew my mind is like, you got to switch it up. You've got Rashad Penny, you've got Gainwell. You can do something. It got really predictable because as a fan, I'm just sitting there, I'm watching. I'm like, yeah, they're going to throw it. They're going to throw it. And then
We ran the ball.
goes out, and then they just feasted on it. They really did. And it was tough to watch. But yeah, I think that was a big reason why they lost that game.
Ran the ball 22 total times, and 8 of those were Jalen Hurts. I think there's a lot of pressure being put on Jalen Hurts right now to carry this team when he shouldn't have to.
He shouldn't have to. You literally have the University of Georgia class of 2012 to 2020 almost, or not really 2023 because they drafted some Georgia players. Chip, what's your opinion about this one?
I mean, kind of like what Braden said, you gotta, even if the run game isn't working, you still have to scheme it in there somehow. I know Chad earlier said that the Texans need to figure out who their number 1 running back is going to be. But the thing is they never went away from the run. It was, you get 3 runs by Dameon Pierce, then you get, 4 runs by Devin Singletary, and they were flipping and flopping back and forth, which made it difficult for the Saints to be able to, okay, are they going to run? Are they going to throw? That's one thing with the Texans they do real good is mixing the run in with the throw. So back to the Eagles, you can't just because DeAndre Swift isn't, getting the yardage that you think he should get. The Eagles have a couple of other running backs. Throw one of them out there and see if they can do something. And that's the thing. Like that's why Devin Singletary got a ton of carries this week is because Dameon Pierce wasn't producing, but they put Singletary in there and he started producing. So it's just one of those things that happens. Somebody may not produce this week that's going to produce next week. But other than that, I was shocked to see that the Jets won. Because every bit of the game that I watched, the Jets looked like dog water, and they came out and won that game. Which I know Chad said he's not concerned, but for me, not as an Eagles fan, but just as a football fan, it for me, it's a little concerning that the Eagles allowed a team that looked that bad to beat them. Now, a lot of it, like Chad and Braden said, had to do with turnovers. But you can't let a team like the Jets, who, like, they don't have an identity right now. You can't let them cause 4 turnovers.
Roger, what's your take?
It was weird. It was an embarrassing game. What I want to know is what the fuck happened to the production value of Devontae Smith?
Oh, the thing is with Devontae is I don't know. I don't know. The dude's good.
He's really good.
Anytime he touches the ball, he makes a move. He makes a play. And they need to feed. I think that's why they threw it 45 times, is because they were trying to force feed Devontae and AJ. But I don't know.
AJ did a better job than Devontae did. AJ had 7 receptions off 9 targets for 131 yards. Devontae was targeted 11 times and only caught 5 passes for 44.
Yeah, but there's something. The reason that AJ gets so many targets is because it's in his contract. I think that was one of the things that when he came over, he was guaranteed X amount of targets per year.
See this? Force feed me the ball, damn it.
Yeah.
And let's
not take away, and I'm not trying to make excuses here at all, but let's not take away from the Jets defense, especially their defensive line. Quentin Williams in that front right there, they were getting pressure. I think that's why there were so many missed targets for Devontae. What'd you say, 5 for 11 or something like that?
5 for 11, yeah.
They weren't catchable. Jalen was getting pressured almost every other play the entire game. So 45 of those pass attempts, out of the 45 pass attempts, a lot of them was him being pushed out of the pocket or being pressured or getting hit. So kudos to the Jets defensive line. I'll give them that.
Right. All right. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving on to Roger's question of the week, if he has one. Do you have one, Roger?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Fresh, clean sheet of notebook paper here. All right.
Name. When everybody's ready. Oh.
Yeah, we're ready. I'm ready.
Is it top 5?
Top 7.
Okay.
So you have more variety. You'll have to get 5 out of the top 7.
Okay.
All right. Name the top 7 running backs with the most receiving yards since 2000.
Shit.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Okay. Repeat the question again.
The top 7 running backs with the most receiving yards since 2000.
So we're going over 20-something years in the past. Okay.
23 years since it's 2023.
Jesus Christ.
Roger, I'm ready when you are.
All right, go ahead.
Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 7 for you. I'm going to rattle them off.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I'm going to go with the ones I'm least confident in, but I'm just throwing darts at the board. I'm going to go first, Danny Woodhead, Christian McCaffrey, LaDainian Tomlinson, Marshall Faulk, Darren Sproles, Pat Forte, and Tiki Barber.
I'll go next. I got Alvin Kamara.
Huh.
Fuck was that about?
No, I didn't think of it. I was like, damn, I'm stupid.
Parker said, huh.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I was better than you.
No.
All right.
Why did I think that?
All right. Shut up. All right. So I said Alvin Kamara, Reggie Bush, Brian Westbrook, Priest Holmes, CMC, Jamal Charles, and James White.
You got to throw a Patriot in there somewhere.
I mean, hell, it's all Patriots do is catch passes. Hey, I could have said Kevin Falk, but
Corey Dillon.
I got mine. I got Darren Sproles, LaDainian Tomlinson, Christian McCaffrey, Frank Gore, Alvin Kamara, Brian Westbrook, and Tiki Barber.
All right, I've got CMC, Darren Sproles, Alvin Kamara, Le'Veon Bell. The bad thing is I've got like 8 or 9 wrote down. I'm trying to pick which ones I like the best. How many have I given to you so far? 1, 2, 3, 4. Gosh, man. Let's go LT. Let's go Todd Gurley. And let's go Adrian Peterson.
2016 was a wild time, man.
I'll tell you what. Making me think of 23 years of football out of nowhere.
That was such a wide span. Like, fuck, man. I don't know.
I know, right? Was Warwick done in the running back then?
100%. He had to have been in there. I just didn't know.
Well, the thing is a lot of those teams back then in 2000 and up to like 2010 wasn't a whole lot of teams throwing to the running back at that time.
They weren't.
And before
a lot of that's newer. And my thing was like, a lot of those guys, like I know the legends and stuff. I've seen the highlights, but I didn't get to watch a lot of those games. Like I never got to watch LT play. I didn't get to watch a lot of these games, so I don't know how much they actually got thrown to.
You missed some goodness there.
See, I remember Brian Westbrook being like the first one that was kind of like that for me, and I don't know about anybody else, and I might be aging myself with this statement.
Bro.
For me, Brian Westbrook was the first one that I can really remember being the first dual threat running back. There may have been some before, and there's been plenty afterwards, but he was the first one that I can remember being like that dual threat running back.
All right, everybody ready? We actually have a actual winner.
Oh, wow.
5 of them out.
Okay.
All right. So the winner is Chip. He got Darren Sproles, LT, American Revolutionary War veteran Frank Gore, Brian Westbrook, and Tiki Barber. And the last 2, somebody said, was Matt Forte, and the one you all missed, and I'm super disappointed in somebody in this grouping, Shady
McCoy.
What?
Damn!
So he essentially had
Never forget Snow Game.
So I had how many people did I have?
1.
I have 1. I had Brian Westbrook. That was it.
Yep.
I'm so bad at this game.
Hold on, was Brian Westbrook on the list?
Yes, he's number 6 on the list.
Okay.
In order of from 7 to 1 of yardage, Shady is number 7, Westbrook number 6, Frank Gore number 5. I don't know how many years he played. Number 4, Tiki Barber, with how little years he played, surprised me. 3, Matt Forte, 2, LT, number 1, Darren Sproles. You got to remember, Darren Sproles played with Drew Brees when all he did was throw the running backs.
Yeah, two Eagles. Well, actually, technically, let's be
3
technical about it.
Eagles.
3 Eagles players on that list, and we were like one of the only teams running the West Coast offense back then when it was popular, when it first started. That makes a lot of sense as to why we would be on there.
Yeah, I mean, you also had Andy Reid, who uses everybody on the field.
And you also had Donovan McNabb,
And T.O.
And T.O.
Fuck Terrell Owens.
And a good old Freddie Mitchell.
But no, I'm surprised nobody said Shady.
One day we're gonna put you on the spot with this shit, Roger.
Okay.
I don't.
I mean, you want me to say my next week's question?
23.
You guys start to think about
Has
next week?
the most yards.
Well, next week's gonna be even harder, so I'm ready for that one.
Oh God,
it's gonna be entertaining to see how you guys. Like I said, Talon, you overthought it.
I did overthink it. I overthought it like a motherfucker because I was thinking
James White. Like
that's all I could think. I told you I couldn't
don't say shit because I said Danny Woodhead. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, that one when he said Woodhead, I was like,
hey, at least somebody in this motherfucker's got my back. Thanks, Brady.
Here's the thing: both of those guys,
fuck up.
Both of those guys caught a lot of passes, but it was only for like 2 or 3 years, and it was nothing.
See, the thing is, Brady got 4 right, so I mean.
I don't know. I was thinking who also caught passes, and I was like Charles, Jamal Charles did, Chris Johnson did. No, maybe I don't. Fuck it. I'm just gonna put this down. That's all I did.
I was actually expecting somebody to say Steven Jackson.
No,
just give him the ball and watch him run.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we can move on to the week 7 predictions. Now that we had our little.
Well, do you want to do the? Do you want to do the?
Power the shit ranking.
Go ahead. Rankings, yes. I guess we'll just go ahead and kick it off. Let me slide through here. The Denver Broncos are ranked number 28 this week, staying at number 28. Because there's teams better than the Broncos. Where the fuck?
I know there's teams better than the Broncos. I'm saying
I was wondering.
Lower.
How are you not lower? Well, I mean, let's look at all the teams.
What ranking are you using?
I'm using NFL.com's.
Oh, they're trash. They ranked a 1 and 5 team in the fucking 20s.
Heads up, all of them, all of these power rankings are trash.
Oh, fucking trash. Yeah.
All of them are trash. This ESPN, CBS Sports.
Hey, stay consistent.
But at least they got the winless team ranked at 32, the Carolina Panthers. So there you go.
That's the only thing they could do right.
That's the only thing they could do right. Yes. The Houston Texans jump up 5 spots to the number 16 spot. Let me scroll up here. Okay, here we go. Here's the top 10. The top 10 at number 10, bumping up 2 spots, are the Cleveland Browns. At number 9, bumping up 1 spot, are the Baltimore Ravens. At number 8, staying at 8, are the Dallas Cowboys. At number 7, dropping 1 spot, is the Buffalo Bills. At number 6, bumping up 1 spot, are the Jacksonville Jaguars. At number 5, dropping 3 spots, the Philadelphia Eagles. At number 4, bumping up 1 spot, the Detroit Lions. At number 3, bumping up 1 spot, the Miami Dolphins. Number 2, bumping up 1 spot, are the Kansas City Chiefs. And number 1, staying at number 1, even though they lost the game, the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, shit ratings.
Yeah.
Damn, the Lions are already better than the Eagles. The fuck?
No, like I said it last week, the Lions are not. I love the Lions, but they're not a fucking top 5 team. They're definitely not top.
Shit.
They might be a top 5 offense, but they're not a top 5 team.
Yeah, they're not a top 5 team at all. That defense is literally still holding them back in a lot.
Yeah, I'm just happy to have a top 5 spot, just to be clear. But the Lions shouldn't be ahead of us.
I mean, the Lions did something the Eagles never did.
Oh.
What?
Wow.
Beat the Chiefs.
Beat the Chiefs. Hell yeah.
Wow. Fuck.
Do you think they could go in and do it again? Not being week 1. Mid-season, do you think they could go in and beat the Chiefs?
Hey, man, history's history. I don't even know what
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think they can.
He said, why you keep bringing up old shit? Why you bringing up old shit, Chad?
Because you're bringing up old shit.
Okay.
No, I was making a comparison. There's a difference.
We got Dolphins Eagles this week. It's all straight.
Yeah, let's see that game.
Let's go.
Right.
Is that the Thursday night game? Of course.
No, that's the Sunday night.
I know.
Dun, dun,
It was
dun,
a joke.
dun.
There's no such thing as a good primetime game.
Speaking of prime time, what we got first, Ship?
He lost again.
We'll start. Who did?
The prime time.
Yes.
Next. Keep it rolling.
Oh boy. All right, let's go.
We'll-
Let's go.
We'll start off with the Thursday nighter. We got the Jaguars versus Saints.
Is this one going to be in fucking London again for the damn Jaguars?
No, this is actually in New Orleans.
Ah, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Let's.
Are you gonna
double-check
are you gonna
something
go
here.
ahead? Are you gonna go ahead and give us the over under and the spread?
Let 'em
before we
talk.
make our picks?
Well, Zay Jones is questionable with a knee injury. He did not participate in Tuesday's practice. Trevor Lawrence is also questionable, but says he is hopeful that he will play Thursday.
Who's their
Chris
backup?
CJ Beathard.
CJ
Jacksonville?
Beathard. Yeah. Beathard. Beathard.
Who?
Yeah.
Hard. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, CJ Beathard.
Didn't he back up Alex Smith like back in his San Francisco 49er days?
That was him.
Golly.
And for this-
Methuselah.
And for the Saints, wide receiver Chris Olave is questionable. Tight end Juwan Johnson is questionable, and Jamal Williams is still dealing with a hamstring issue there. So with that knowledge, as of today, where are you guys going?
This one's hard, man. It really is.
Do you want the over under before you give your predictions?
Sure, let's hear. I'm gonna guess it's very low, but let's hear it.
All right, so Caesars Sportsbook has it New Orleans by 1 and the over under at 39.5.
Yeah, this is essentially a pick 'em. I think if Trevor Lawrence is 100% healthy, it's probably a little bit bigger on the spread. But with the news that we have as of right now on Tuesday with Trevor Lawrence, that his health is up in the air, it's tough. But I think the good thing about this is with CJ Beathard, you have a veteran backup opposed to a rookie quarterback going to New Orleans. So it's tough with this one. There's injuries on both sides for sure. And there's key players with this one, like Olave's out, Demario Davis might be out. Well, I say out. They're questionable. And then on the other side, like you said, Tyson Campbell, Zay Jones, a couple of guys. But as of right now, I love the way that Jacksonville's playing. They're showing me a lot with the Bills game. The Bills game, they showed me a lot. And they're just clicking right now. I like the way they're playing. I like their coaching a lot more too. Originally, I had Saints, but I've been going back and forth on this one. Like, it's in New Orleans. The defense for New Orleans is very, very good, but I don't know, man. There's just something about this Jags team. I want to roll with a hot hand right now. And in the off chance that Lawrence does play, they'll probably be winning by a lot more. But I'll go with the backup with Beathard. I'll go with the Jags.
All right. Chad?
I'm not concerned about Derek Carr having a minor shoulder issue. He's going to be fine. He was limited Monday. I'm sure he's back. I'm sure he was back today. Chris Olave, I'm not too worried about it. It's just a toe. So I believe the Saints will have all their playmakers. And even if Carr doesn't play, they've got Jameis who airs the ball out a ton. I'm very, very worried about CJ coming in and taking over for Trevor. I don't see Trevor Lawrence playing this game with a knee injury for a franchise quarterback in week 7. I think they're just going to let him rest, give him his time if he's not 1,000% ready. I'm going with the home team and the Saints on this one.
All right. Roger?
Unfortunately, I'm going to agree with Chad on this one, which sucks. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Saints. Home field advantage, definitely for sure. But with Trevor Lawrence questionable, playing so soon, I wouldn't risk it either. You know me, I go by the mentality of rest your franchise player, unless your name's the Dolphins. But yeah.
All right. Talon?
I don't know why I'm over here catching strays again, but all right. I'm also going to go with the Saints as well. Home field advantage. You don't really know what Trevor Lawrence is going to do as far as is he going to play, is he not going to play. The defense is, I like the Saints defense a little bit better than Jacksonville's. So yeah, I'm going to go with New Orleans.
All right. I'm also going Saints. They looked good in defeat against the Texans. Yeah. Well, I'm looking. I'm multitasking over here. You'll learn how to do that one day.
I have ADHD. That's all I do is multitask. What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, they looked good in defeat against the Texans. So I'm going there. I'm not too concerned about Derek Carr's shoulder. I mean, because he looked good on the field Sunday. So
CJ Beathard legacy game incoming.
Yeah, this is the TJ Yates game.
Does he even play football anymore?
I'm talking about when he came out and had that one season.
Y'all don't Blake Bortles. All right. Just don't
Blaine Gabbert.
All the way to the AFC Championship. Get out of here.
All right. So we'll move on from there and go to Lions versus Ravens. Real quick. For the Lions, James Mitchell, David Montgomery, Jamari Gibbs are all questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Zonovan Knight was placed on IR Saturday, and according to ESPN, the Ravens have no injuries to report. So
that is in fact a lie.
I'm just saying. According to ESPN. So
what's the over under?
Baltimore by 3, over under is 42.
We're still saying it's a close game, which is still kind of weird to me in this one.
Yeah.
It's a pick 'em game with the home field advantage. Home field is always going to get 3 points. So it's basically a pick 'em game. If you don't care, I'll go ahead and jump in right here. I think the Lions offense is clicking. They're playing good. Their defense still needs to show me a lot. And the Ravens are going to be the Ravens. They're going to find ways to win, as they always do. I'm taking the Ravens in this one.
All right. Braden, I assume you're going to go Ravens here, right?
Yeah, so I think David Montgomery being out in this one is going to be big for them, and especially you would look for them to return to Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's also out. So you're looking at Craig Reynolds, the third string back, and he's good, like he's solid. I like him, but it's very different in the talent discrepancy. They got Jamison Williams back, and to my surprise, he actually did decent. You know, a nice little touchdown pass, well, touchdown catch. But this is a Lions team that's clicking right now. Like you guys said, it's really, really complete in terms of a football team. They're top to bottom moving really good. But I think the Ravens, they just play good at home, man. They're good. I'm telling you, like non-biased, this is a good football team at home. And I think little by little, they're starting to click more and more week by week. So and yes, the injury report on ESPN might not show everything, but it's starting to go down more and more each week. We're starting to get more guys back, and even with the guys that are out, the depth there it's playing great. So, non-biased, I want to go with the Ravens here.
All right.
Just real quick, Gibbs is
yeah.
supposed to. He's looking like he's going to play this week, even though he's listed as questionable right now.
Gibbs. I don't bring them all. Put Barry Sanders out there. Fuck him.
Maybe still put in work.
Roger, where are you going?
I think this is the first week where I will not be picking the Lions.
Oh wow.
The Lions offense runs so well because Jared Goff is a hardcore play action quarterback. And with questionable running back status, I know Gibbs may be coming back, but he's only 100%. So who knows how they're going to really use him. I'm not going to be delusional. I'm not going to just say that they're still going to win, nothing like that. Their offense is clicking really great, but they have to depend on the running backs. And with Montgomery having a career year this year, and he's going to be out, who's really been the best running back they've had so far. Gibbs obviously had better standout plays for most of the season, but Montgomery's your consistent engine. And like I said, with Gibbs supposed to be questionable, who knows how he's actually going to be on the field. And if they start getting really behind, then it's just going to be air out over and over again. And I trust 2 of the 4 receivers on the Lions to be able to consistently be there for a lot of snaps overall without getting rest from running back play here and there.
All right. Talon, where are you going?
I'm going Ravens for all the reasons everybody else already said.
Nice.
Okay.
It hurts my heart so much.
Yeah, I mean, I was sitting there thinking, do I want to be odd man out? But then I'm like, no, that's a good reason to pick the Ravens this week. I mean, the Lions will bounce back. It just won't be this week.
The only thing I really see is being trouble on the front line. Just Hutchinson doing what he does best and just causes fucking issues.
I see Hutch causing problems, and if St. Brown goes yah-yah, I'm not gonna be surprised. Like I don't think we've seen before someone else says anything. I will say the only thing that has me worried is Jared Goff is probably the best quarterback that we face this year from a talent perspective. I think that this is probably going to be the best offense and the best quarterback that you've seen, hands down. So it's going to be a big test for them so far.
You guys played the 49ers this year and the Dolphins.
The Ravens?
Yeah.
You guys have already played?
No, they will play.
Okay,
yeah, I'm talking about so far.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just in the season in general.
Yeah, so far I think Jared Goff is probably the best quarterback.
So far, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I want to still say Lions, but I can't. Hurts my heart. Chip.
So I'm gonna take a line from my good comedian buddy Mike Epps, and I'm gonna say we in the D, baby. I'm going Lions all day.
But you're not in the D.
We are in the D. Detroit Lions.
You're in Baltimore.
Yes, we are in the D. It smells like money, gunpowder, and cologne up in here.
And that's a copyright strike.
I'm going going Lions on this one. Yes, Montgomery's out, but with all signs pointing to Jamar Gibbs being back, we still get the play action. I think Hutch is going to cause a lot of problems on the defense. So I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I'm saying that the Lions are going to win this one. So
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
I will be the odd man out here and I'll proudly take that L if it happens. So moving on from there, we're gonna go Raiders versus Bears. Yeah. So Jimmy G is still listed as questionable because of the back injury. I don't think he plays at all.
Who blew his back out?
Somebody on the Patriots.
Alexis, Texas.
Yeah.
Is that who he dated?
No, he dated who was that chick he dated?
Don't look up porn star Jimmy D dated. You're gonna get some weird pictures on your phone.
Hold on a second. Jimmy G.
While he's looking that up, that's the only injury listed for the Raiders as of right now. Now for the Bears, Roshan Johnson is questionable. Travis Homer is questionable. Justin Fields is doubtful.
He'll be out
with the dislocated right thumb. The Bears placed I'm not even going to try to pronounce St. Brown on IR for the hamstring, and it's not Amon-Ra St. Brown, it's the other St. Brown.
Equanimous.
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I believe that's his brother. So
it is his brother.
I think it is his brother.
It's Kiara Mia is the adult film star that Jimmy G has been connected to.
Oh, so. I thought you were talking about the guy injured. I was going to say, I don't think that's how you pronounce the name, but
I'm going to go ahead and start and say the Raiders.
Okay, yeah, and Khalil Herbert is also
it wouldn't matter.
Was placed on injury reserve.
Roshan Johnson time, baby.
He's hurt. So it don't matter.
Nope.
Wait, did you guys say who the backup was in Vegas?
Brian Hoyer, baby.
Brian Hoyer.
Yeah. Brian. Did you not see him out there dishing them dimes out?
Mm-mm.
To Devontae Adams.
Looking like Mr. Clean in the cut, man.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Hell, he's only been bald since 2006. I mean.
Oh, are we going to see a Nathan Peterman game?
No.
He's the backup in Chicago?
No.
He's the third string.
Oh.
They've got
backup in Chicago.
There's a rookie
kid Tyson Badgen or Bagan or something like that.
Oh, wow.
I've never heard.
His father is the world champion of arm wrestling, by the way. Just fun fact there.
Okay.
The world champion of meat stick beating.
Caesar Sportsbook has Vegas by 3 and the over-under at 37.5 here.
That's too high.
That's a lot of points.
That's way too high.
You all do realize that like 50-something% of the games this year have hit the under.
Yeah,
that's how bad offenses are in the NFL this year,
man.
Or how good defenses are. I still refuse to believe that every offense got bad at the exact same time,
except for the Dolphins, apparently.
Right?
Take them W's any way you can get them, right?
So
Roger mile.
Yep. Winning is winning.
Roger went with the Raiders. I am going to go with the Raiders. Talon, where are you at?
I'm also going to go with the Raiders.
All right. Chadwick.
Brian Hoyer all day long. Let's go Raiders.
How old is Brian Hoyer?
It doesn't fucking matter how old Brian Hoyer
just because you went to high school with him doesn't mean anything.
I think Brian Hoyer's like
38.
38 bullshit.
He's 38.
They are fucking lying.
Yeah, make that joke. I could have went to high school with him. He's only a year older than me.
He was drafted. He went undrafted in 2009, and
He has 15 years of experience.
Yeah. Patriots, Steelers, Cardinals, Browns, Texans, Bears, 49ers, back to the Patriots, Colts, back to the Patriots, and now he's with the Raiders.
Are you talking about
right.
Brian Hoyer or Josh Johnson?
Brian Hoyer.
Okay.
The fuck is Josh Johnson?
Josh Johnson is probably the most traveled journeyman of NFL quarterbacks ever.
Braden? Raiders or Bears here?
He's
I
going
like
Bears.
Raiders. I like the Raiders when it's
Cowbells.
the more experienced quarterback going up against the fellow we have never heard of before, and this is a Max Crosby 3-sack game. Mark it.
The most experienced,
the
the most
over.
experienced player in the NFL besides Peyton Manning.
All right. Moving on, we're going to go to the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts.
Chip, who did you take? I didn't hear.
I said
Raiders.
Raiders.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. So Caesar Sportsbook has this Cleveland by 2, over under at 39.
By
Deshaun
2.
Watson. Yes, 2. Deshaun Watson, Cedric Tillman are both questionable.
It don't matter.
Kylan Granson is also questionable. Anthony Richardson is out for the season. Evan Hull is expected to also miss the rest of the season for the Colts. So where are we going here?
We're going with PJ Walker.
TJ Walker and the Browns. The XFL MVP. Yes. That's what I'm going
Browns.
with.
Yeah.
The Browns.
Man,
So
I'll tell you,
Browns?
Are you gonna be the odd man out, Chip?
No. Fuck no.
You know Chip's gonna always pull for a Houston Roughneck. What you talking about?
First
That
of
dude,
all,
that Browns-
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner
Great
Minshew
point.
looked like shit.
He
He has
did.
looked like
He did.
absolute dog trash this entire time that he's been playing. Now, I will say this, Josh Downs and Michael Pittman are getting fed the ball, and they look great. But Gardner looks like absolute trash can juice. That dude is awful.
but I will say Gardner is what Josh and Michael Pittman need right now. I will say that.
And Zach Moss.
Anyways, so
Next game.
Browns. Yes. Let's
Yes. Next game we got Buffalo and New England.
Buffalo doesn't matter.
Buffalo.
I was to say Buffalo by 8.5. The over under is 41.5.
Eight and a half is too low. Buffalo.
Yeah.
I would actually take the over on this. I think Buffalo might score 40 by themselves.
I
There
think so.
are
Yeah,
there are
yeah.
there are 3 questionable players on the Bills: Damian Harrison, Dalton Kincaid, and Josh Allen. And
And
then-
wish him a speedy recovery.
He'll play.
And then for the Patriots, Demario Douglas and Juju Smith-Schuster are both questionable.
Wait, Juju still playing?
Yes.
This Patriots team, I'll go ahead and be the first to say it. I think I said something about this whenever we done the first prediction episode. This team might cost Bill Belichick his job. This team is awful.
I don't think it'll cost him his job. I think he'll fucking quit.
that's one of those.
I think they'll make him
Wait. Hold on. I don't think it'll cost him his head coaching job,
Oh yeah.
but I do think it will cost him the ability to be the quote unquote GM to pick the players, and they're going to bring somebody else in to buy the groceries, if you will. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Because in New England, Bill Belichick has the control. He's always had the control. Even with Robert Kraft being the owner of the team, he basically told Bill, here, do whatever you want to do. And the only thing Robert Kraft ever fought him on was getting rid of Tom Brady. And as you can see, you saw what happened. So
Robert Kraft will always get his way, point blank, period. Bill Belichick, this might
he
be
didn't get his way
last
with
year.
Brady.
Go ahead, Braden.
I think that's one of those where Robert Kraft walks into Bill's office one day and says, "My guy,
My guy.
respectfully, maybe it's time you walk away. We'll say you quote unquote decided to step away from the team. Oh shit, we gotta get an interim head coach." Yeah, man, it's just Mac Jones has not been it. it's rough. This is probably one of the hardest Patriots teams to watch. It's bad football, man.
It's,
It really
it's the
is.
it's the true Patriots team from back in the day,
This
They
is
are
this is
pre Brady.
no,
Well,
no, no.
pre Bledsoe, pre Bledsoe.
I would say that little 2-year gap right before they went to the Super Bowl against the Green Bay Packers. They had like a couple of years where they weren't doing so good. Only they're doing it a whole lot worse this time. I mean, my God, I mean, you've scored the last two games, not this past game, but the 2 games before that, they were outscored 62-3 in totality. And it's like, where's this defensive genius that we're supposed to be seeing from Bill Belichick? It ain't there. And is it because he's not? All right, I'll ask this question: is Bill Belichick losing his creativity with the defense, or is he just not picking the right players that can execute the defense?
I just think it's a team.
And the team sucks. He's not doing a good job of coaching the pieces. He's always turned lackluster, mediocre players into a good, solid defense as a unit, and he's not able to. So I think it's a bit of both.
I got a question. Did the Patriots have a small white receiver?
I don't think they do.
That might be the issue.
Huh. Let's see. Okay, let me think. They got Juju. They got Kendrick Bourne. They got Hunter Henry. They got
End of list.
Yeah, that's it.
No, they have.
They got not Jabari Parker. Devontae Parker.
They have.
Yeah.
Let me look at this.
Like I said, end of list.
Mike Gesicki.
I'm taking the Bills, by the way.
Oh, we all are.
I think we're all taking the Bills.
I got a question. Who's worse, the Bears or the Patriots?
Bears, Chief.
I think it's the Patriots.
Versus expectation, it's the Patriots.
Oh, versus expectation. Yeah, it is the Patriots.
All right. So moving on to the next game, we got the Commanders versus the Giants. Washington by 2, the over-under at 39. And the only thing on the injury report is that Danny Dimes is more than likely going to play this game.
Why?
That neck injury, man. Who cares about your neck in football? Just get it fused together like Peyton.
All right.
Yeah.
Get that Kurt Angle neck.
Yep. He says, quote, "It feels much better."
Now that the Vicodin kicked in.
Yeah. Cortisone shots work. I'm just saying. They work. You're going to go from Danny Dimes to Danny Dime Bag. Let's just be honest. How much is going to relieve pain?
Danny Dope.
Danny Dope. There you go.
I think we're all going to go with the Brigade on this one.
Yes, I'm going with the Cucamonga Kids.
No, I'm going Giants.
You're lying to yourself.
No, I'm going Giants, man.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm going Giants. They
I get it. I will say that I'm worried about the Commanders' offense, but I'm still going the Manders on this one.
Like what? What reasoning?
They showed me a lot in that game against the Bills, man. I don't know. I don't fully trust the Commanders yet, man. And I think the Giants defense is really good against the blitz, with the blitz. And that's whenever Sam Howell is at his worst. You put him under pressure, he crumbles. And
who's the Giants' backup quarterback?
Tyrod Taylor. And I think even if Tyrod plays this game, if I'm being honest with you, I don't know if Daniel Jones plays this game. Even if Tyrod plays, I think they win. That's what I think.
Wait, Saquon back?
Saquon back. Saquon played this past week.
So real quick, comparing Sam Howell and Daniel Jones. Sam Howell has passed for 1,500 yards this season, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Daniel Jones, 884 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
These teams are both really bad.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
they're both really bad. Neither of them have a good, healthy starting quarterback right now. That's gonna be. I know Daniel Jones is going to be the future for them since he just signed, but I don't know. I
But
don't
is
trust.
he?
I don't trust either of these teams. I really don't. But I like the way the Commanders they've got a few more pieces that they can play around with. So that's why I'm giving them the edge.
I trust more in Scary Terry and Curtis Samuel than I do in fucking who did he even have over there?
Jalen Hyatt,
Darren Waller. That's it.
and
Darren Waller because
Or
Jalen
Matt
Hyatt
Breida.
Who?
The running back.
Who?
That's about
You saying him over Saquon?
No. But
Isn't
if
Saquon injured?
No, Saquon's back.
Yeah.
Saquon's
back. He just played
but
shit.
But if I got a 1-2 punch, I'm gonna try to utilize it. If whenever Saquon goes out, Matt Breida can fill in. You know, he did a good job filling in last time. They didn't win, but he did a good job.
I don't know what
logic always impresses me, Talon.
I love it. They didn't win, but he did a good job. I love it.
I don't even remember when he played. Like that's the bad thing.
Not last year, but the year before, right?
Yeah, it was the year before.
Saquon was healthy all last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they won a shit ton of games when he was healthy.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, we got the Falcons versus the Bucks. Bucks by 2.5. The over under at 38, and
it'll be under that for sure.
Yeah.
Baker is questionable with a non-throwing hand contusion.
Better put that shit in your pocket. What the fuck you mean?
Get some icy hot or something.
I was like, what the fuck you questionable?
I'm just going by what the injury report says. It literally says, and I quote, Coach Todd Bowles said Baker Mayfield was diagnosed with a non-throwing hand contusion following Sunday's loss to the Lions.
Nah, put
Questionable.
That shit in your pocket and let that shit beam out.
So I think you're going with the Buccaneers on this one, Raj.
I might have to go with Falcons actually.
Yeah, I'm going Falcons too. They've been on somewhat of a good streak. Granted, they did lose the Disney game to the Jaguars, but they did have a good, impressive showing this past week. I think Atlanta could possibly. That's just the thing. This NFC South rival, it's a rivalry game, so they're probably going to be more up for it. But I don't know. I'm gonna go Atlanta.
I said maybe. I haven't made my decision yet.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and make my decision. I'm gonna go with Atlanta to win this one.
All right.
Let's see. Let me check the injuries.
I think that Desmond Ridder has definitely been disappointing this season, and I think he goes into Tampa, and I think he struggles, if I'm being honest with you. I think that Baker probably gets just enough done here to get the win and squeak it out for him. So I like Tampa in this one.
Go ahead, Chadwick.
Chad's going Falcons. He hates Baker Mayfield, so.
Oh my God, here we go with this again.
Then why does he look like him?
No. Wow.
Oh, don't say that about Baker.
Yeah. Don't put that on Baker like that.
Even if Baker doesn't play, something inside of me says I trust Kyle Trask more than I do Desmond Ridder. I'm taking the Bucks.
Is that who their backup is?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Where did he play college? Kyle Trask?
They don't even have a fucking third string.
Florida?
Bro, he was a contender.
Oh.
Was he?
Yeah, he was balling at Florida with Kyle Pitts, man.
Then what happened?
Roger?
He went to the Buccaneers.
So he learned behind Tom Brady?
Look, he's good. He's not that.
Roger, Falcons or Bucks?
I'm gonna pull a Chad. If Baker plays, I'm gonna go with Chad.
Just want to go on the record. I'm still salty about that because the team that won, I listed first on my list, and Chip chose the other ones. Fuck all of y'all.
Hey, actually,
damn fault.
no, time out. Actually, if you go back and you listen, it was a collective vote.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
y'all
was a
chose the
collective
worst team
fucking
for
vote.
me. Thanks. Appreciate that.
I don't remember who they
And
played
if that
week.
team would have won, you would have been like, "Thanks, guys. I appreciate it." So you're gonna find some way to bitch. I don't get it.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
All
All right.
right.
So I'm the only one going with the Falcons. All right.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. I'll be
You're
on, man.
you're
That's
homer.
fine.
You're a homer on that one.
All right. Next up, we got Steelers versus Rams. Rams by 3, over under at 44. Steelers, Deontay Johnson on IR, Anthony McFarland Jr. on IR, Dan Moore Jr., DeMarvin Leal, and Pat Frymouth are both all questionable. For the Rams, Kyrene Williams is questionable. Ronnie Rivers is doubtful. Joe Noteboom, that is not a real fucking name.
Wait, what'd you say?
That's a creator wrestler name.
What?
Joe-
Repeat the.
Joe Noteboom, Noteboom, Noteboom. He is questionable, and Laurel Mershon is questionable.
That's
Where
a
we going?
place. That's not a name. Real
On this edition of rapper, porn star, or wrestler,
football player at this point.
throw in a football player as well.
I'm gonna go with the Rams because Cooper Kupp is still playing.
I'm gonna go with the Rams also.
All right, Chad.
He's got to go with the Steelers.
No, I'm going with the Rams on this one, but I will say be on the lookout for an upset alert in this game.
Yeah, if Mitch Trubisky
Okay.
plays, he's gonna go Steelers.
Fuck out of here. I hate all of
Golly.
you.
I didn't say nothing.
Braden.
I like the Rams in this one. I think the Steelers' offense is still abysmal. Like it's very, very bad. The Steelers' defense is like 32nd in the NFL against opposing wide receivers. I think this is going to be a field day for Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. You've still got Kyron Williams out, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see 40 pass attempts from the Rams here. I think they just throw it all over the yard on them, and they come out victorious.
By the way, speaking of Kyron Williams being out, I think they were Myles Gaskin signed with them or visited with them today.
The gas man.
Yeah, the
Nice.
gas man from Miami. I think he just signed or was visiting with the Rams. I'm not sure. I just
Boy,
seen
they
him
got
on
Royce
Twitter.
Freeman back there. Put him out there on the field. Put that
Right.
man out there. Put him to work. That's your engine right there.
Gas man.
All right, so moving on from there, we're going for a battle of the birds. It's the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. Seahawks by 8, over under at 44.5. Injury report says that Antonio Hamilton Sr., Elijah Higgins, Jesse Lakuta, and Jalen Thompson for the Cardinals are questionable.
What about Kyler Murray?
He's not listed anywhere. He's still sitting at home waiting on
Hey, Modern Warfare 3 drops.
Modern Warfare 3 fixes
Oh,
to drop,
it's
man.
dropped, so you know what I'm saying? You got to be ready.
Buda Baker.
He
was
wasn't
put on
alive when the
IR.
map. Sorry, Chip. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. He wasn't. Buda Baker was put on IR. For the Seahawks, Jake Curran, Artie Burns, and Damian Lewis are questionable. Abraham Lucas and Cody Bryant were put on IR.
Abraham Lucas.
Somebody's got to get me a picture of Jason Peters in a Seahawks uniform, man.
So where are we going? Cardinals or Seahawks?
Seahawks.
This is a big. Expect a 150-yard Kenneth Walker game incoming. This is a showcase for Seattle's offense right here.
I would say
Yeah.
I see a lot of yardage for Kenneth Walker, and then I see DK Metcalf with like 15 catches.
I'm
Whoa.
going Seahawks as well. I think this is a team that's looking like they're going to compete for a wild card spot now.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't think they can win the division now with CMC out?
No, he still might even play Monday. I don't. If he does miss time, he's not going to miss a lot. He'll be.
Bro, he's a
fine.
running back. He doesn't need ribs. Get out of here.
Yeah.
He doesn't what?
He doesn't need his ribs. Just
Yeah. Well, you need a wrist for when nobody hits you, right?
Right.
Are we all going
right,
Seahawks?
Yeah, we're all going
Yeah,
Seahawks.
we're all going Seahawks there. So moving on, we got the Packers versus Browns.
Broncos.
Green. Hold on. Green Bay by 1, over under at 45. The injury report says that for the Packers, Zane Anderson, Devondre Campbell, and Aaron Jones are all questionable. For the Broncos, Samaje Perine and Jones, almost said DJ Moore. DJ Jones is
He just did
questionable.
it anyway.
I did.
It doesn't fucking matter who's injured or not for our team.
Okay.
It's going Packers.
Oh, okay, Packers.
Yeah.
I swear I heard you say Broncos, but
You said Browns instead. You said Packers versus Browns, and I corrected you.
It's the orange color, dude. We
Yeah.
had this conversation last year.
They're a fucking white horse, not a brown helmet.
it's an orange
An orange
horse.
helmet.
Actually, they wore white helmets this week, so
They brown.
I'm going Packers.
Of course you are.
Okay. The Broncos are 0-3 at home this year, and this is a home game. I don't expect them to change anything.
Wait, we fucking won an away game. Who do we beat in an away game?
the only team you've beat all season.
You played Chicago,
The-
right?
Oh, it was that. I thought that was a fucking home game. I didn't think that was an away game.
That was an away game.
God,
All right.
fucking travesty.
I'm also
Braden.
going.
Give me the Packers here. I think what they've been struggling with is they have no explosion in the run game, and it looks like they're gonna get Aaron Jones back this week. So AJ Dillon just hasn't been able to get it going. I like Aaron Jones' his explosive run style. I don't know, man. We get one great week of Jordan Love, and the next week it's like, oh, what the hell are we doing? But this is a good bounce back spot against a tough going Broncos team. So give me the Packers.
Give me the
All
Packers.
right.
Give me the Packers too. I might as well go with the Packers as well.
Packers across the board. Next game up, Chargers versus Chiefs. Kansas City by 5.5. Over under is 48. Injury report says that the Chargers, Aloha Gilman, Dion Leonard, and Raheem Lane are all questionable. And for the Chiefs, Justin Watson is questionable.
The real over/under should be how many times are they going to show Taylor Swift on the fucking screen?
I am so sick of her.
I'm sick of yes.
I think the
All right,
Chargers, like the name is so flashy. Like you think of the roster, it's like, oh man, like you think about this game, there should be points everywhere. But
They won't
I
be.
don't know, man. I feel like the Chiefs defense is playing good, and the Chargers didn't even impress me last night, really. And the Chiefs offense hasn't impressed me either. It's not that hard. I mean, it's the Chiefs at Arrowhead. The Chargers always struggle on the road, and especially at Arrowhead. I think they might be like 7-2, 7-1 in their last meetings, their last couple of meetings. It's just, I don't know, man. It's pretty easy here. Give me the Chiefs.
All right. Chad, you said Chiefs, right?
Chiefs as well on my end, and the over/under for Taylor Swift on the screen is 6.5.
I'm gonna go
Should be
over.
short.
I'm
Should
taking
go
the
way
over.
I was gonna say 15.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take the over on that one.
That was me joking. I don't know what it really is, but I know some sports books have been putting that in there.
I will look at that. I will look
Damn.
that up.
Yeah, Jessica Simpson didn't even get this much coverage. She was dating Tony Romo. Like, what the fuck? You know,
Travesty, I tell you.
Okay. Roger, I'm
trying here. Damn it! Fuck.
no. I'm just thinking like if we're gonna compare Travis Kelce and Tony Romo, Kelce is the more household name there. Tony Romo wasn't good.
I know
until he
Tony Romo
sat
be
down in a
killing it
booth.
with them direct TV commercials.
Dude is a fantastic
Commentator.
commentator.
He is
Fantastic.
He's a gazillion times better than fucking Troy Aikman.
You leave white Jay-Z alone.
I know y'all seen me put that in there last night.
Can somebody fucking explain that shit to me? I caught bits and pieces of that conversation. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Dude, I was just mad because every time Troy Aikman calls a game and it's Dallas, something always doesn't swing their way, and he blames it on everything except them. There was one play late in the game. Tony Pollard went out for a pass and almost he almost caught the ball in the end zone. Wouldn't have been a catch anyways. It would have been out of bounds. Troy Aikman blames it on the cornerback that brushed the sleeve of Tony Pollard and said he threw him off his route and stopped him from being able to make the play. And showed the replay. And the Tony Pollard's sleeve barely fucking moved. And I was like, you've got to be shitting me, dude. Get him out of here. He is awful.
I'm still trying to figure. Well, so it's a white. How come he's the white Jay-Z?
Oh, you've not seen that? I'll show.
I haven't seen that.
Send the link, Roger.
Yeah. Send me that.
All right.
It's literally the second thing on the search. It's Troy Aikman Jay-Z.
So I'm assuming we're all going Chiefs there, right?
Yes, we're all going Chiefs.
Okay,
we're all going Chiefs.
Moving on to our Sunday night football game, the Miami Dolphins versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia by 2. The over under is 52. The over under is 52. Injury report says Devon Achane and Jalen Ramsey both on IR. Xavier Howard, Chris Brooks, and Connor Williams questionable. For the Eagles, Reed Blankenship, Jalen Carter, Sidney Brown, Darius Slay, and Marlon Tua, because I fucked that name, are all questionable.
Because fuck that. What the fuck?
What?
You just seen the Aikman photo, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? I thought you were talking about him trying to say something about the Dolphins.
No, he looked like Joe Campbell. What the fuck is this shit?
Joe Campbell.
Joe Campbell.
Way before y'all's time.
Way before y'all's time. Yeah. It's the Camel that used to be on Camel cigarettes.
Oh, Camel. I thought you said Campbell.
No, I said Camel.
I know who the fuck Joe Campbell is.
Fucking Joe Campbell again.
That's what I was like, who the fuck is Joe Campbell?
Damn.
All right.
Oh boy. Y'all are tripping.
Joe Campbell with the cool leather.
Where we going?
Cigaretto.
Talon, Dolphins or Eagles?
Dolphins. I will be a complete 100% homer on this motherfucker. Dolphins against the Eagles, and if they lose, hey.
Jalen's having a rough first quarter. I'll just come out and say it. He's not been playing like him. Said it earlier. They need to let him relax a little bit. It's at the link. Fly Eagles fly. I'm picking Philly. Let's go.
All right. I already had those inputted because I knew that's where you guys were going. Braden.
The Eagles will try to turn this into a shootout, and they can't do that. You are equipped, but we saw what you tried to do last week against the Jets, and you try to make it a shootout. You can't do that 2 weeks in a row. You absolutely can't. And I think with the secondary woes that the Eagles are having right now, I think that the Dolphins will expose that 110%. And the Dolphins have just a good enough defense to hold Philly. I like the Dolphins on the road. I mean, fuck it. I mean, they're playing better football right now, plain and simple. I mean, they're a good fucking team, man. They're good. And it's like we've been saying the past couple of weeks. This Philly team is not what we're all afraid of anymore. Like, if Lane Johnson is out, oh shit, that's not good. I don't know. I like Miami. I think this is different from the few weeks prior with the Bills matchup. This is a little bit different of a matchup in terms of them going against an elite team. I like them in this spot.
All right.
Chip, go ahead.
Roger. I'm going Dolphins on this one. If you look at the statistics, Tua, 140 reception or completions for 1,876 yards, 14 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. Jalen Hurts 144 or 141 receptions on 213 attempts for 1,542 yards, 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I think what the one thing that could possibly hurt the Dolphins is Devon Achane being out, but they still have Raheem Munster, who is doing very well. If you look at just their number one receivers and you compare those, they both have, this is Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown. Tyreek Hill has 42 receptions, 814 yards, 6 touchdowns. AJ Brown also has 42 receptions, but only 672 yards and 2 touchdowns. If we're just looking at that, I have to go with the Dolphins here. So, all right, Roger.
So my biggest thing is which receiving duo is going to do better, because that's pretty much what it's going to come down to. Is Tyreek and Waddle going to outperform, or is AJ Brown and the remnants of Devontae Smith actually going to show up? It's actually really difficult to think about this one because obviously both these teams are just going to be explosive against each other. When it came down to it, I still think that it's going to sway to the Dolphins just a little bit. I still think it's going to be a closer game. The 2-point difference that the bet line is, I feel like it'll probably be between one within a 1-score result. So I think it'll be 6 or less between them, and I think it'll actually come down to how well the safeties for the Eagles are going to be able to contain Tyreek Hill.
Just to go on record here, I figured I would be alone on this one.
I mean, it will not surprise me in the least if the Eagles win. I will say that. It will not surprise me in the least. But I have to go with, I guess, recency bias on this one. And the production that I have seen.
Hey, no, I'm not hating on anybody. Like I understand all the reasoning. It's all sound. It all makes sense. The Dolphins are the highest powered offense in the league right now. They look great. Our secondary looks weak as hell. I think we're going to do a good job at stopping Raheem Mostert, and I think we'll be able to run the ball on Miami. It's the matter of, will we run the ball?
I think honestly, this game comes down to a battle of the trenches. I think it comes down to the offensive lines and defensive lines in this game. Can Miami's offensive line protect Tua from the Philadelphia D line? And on the flip side, because Philadelphia's offensive line is really, really good. So can our defensive line penetrate that line and get to Jalen Hurts? That's going to be the question. It's going to be a very, very good game. What was you saying?
I think Jalen's probably going to have a much better game this week due to the fact that, no offense to the Dolphins, I don't think that the Dolphins defense is on the level that the Jets defense is. The Jets I think the Jets are a top 5 defensive unit. So I think that's what, like I said earlier, when Lane Johnson goes down, I mean, like you're screwed against that Jets defense, you know? I mean, there's so many different ways this game can go. Like really, like there could be points everywhere, or it could be another shitty primetime game. We don't know. We really don't. But yeah, I think Jalen's probably going to be good in this spot. He's going to have more time to throw. Hopefully Lane Johnson comes back, and hopefully we get an exciting primetime game.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
So moving on to our final game of the week. This is the Monday Nighter, 49ers versus Vikings. San Francisco by 7, the over-under at 44. San Francisco has George Odom, Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams, Dre Greenlaw and CMC all listed as questionable as of today. And for the Vikings, you have Justin Jefferson and Keneen Nagwagu. I think that's right. On I,
Bless you.
yeah, on IR. Ezra Cleveland, Akleeb Evans are questionable, and Marcus Davenport at doubtful. Where are we going? I'll start up. I'm going to go with 49ers here. I think what happened with the Browns was kind of a fluke. You know, you had key players go down at the right time for the Browns to win that game.
I'm also going to go with the 49ers. I'm going to go with the 49ers to win as well. I think this is going to be a good bounce back game against a team in Minnesota that's not really living up to expectations, which you can't really. I don't want to make the excuse of injury, but they are without Justin Jefferson. So that does play a factor into it. And, you know, do I think that they'll make it a game? Sure, they could probably make it a game, but I don't think that it's going to be worthwhile. I think 49ers are going to pull away with this victory.
All right. Roger, Chad, Braden, anybody?
We see that Brock Purdy is actually human. I think we see what it looks like whenever his toys are taken away just a tad bit. I mean, granted, he still had Ayuk and Kittle, but still, it was a little tough against that nasty ass Browns defense, you know. But like you said, this is gonna be a good bounce back spot for them. This is a Justin Jefferson-less Vikings team that's really, really regressed a lot this year. So I do like the Niners in this spot.
All right. Chad.
I thought this one was so easy, and then I got to thinking. The Niners should win this. They should absolutely win this. But let me tell you right now, Brock Purdy looks like shit. Brock Purdy he's not what everybody thinks he is. He's not. He's just not. I'm going to go with the 49ers, but I'm telling you right now, if Debo and Christian are both gone, we're all going to get this pick wrong.
Even if the Vikings don't have Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Okay. They've got who is it? KJ Jordan. Is it KJ Hamler?
KJ Osborne.
Or Osborne, and Hamler's on the Patriots. KJ Osborne. They've got Jordan Addison. Alexander Madison needs to step up a little bit, but I mean, Kirk's still letting the ball loose. He's doing what he can to help this team. It's just not a good team. Their defense is really bad. But yeah, I don't trust Brock Purdy without his pieces. But I am going 49ers.
All right. Raj.
I'm going to have to go still with the 49ers as well. The Vikings are still playing like straight ass. So I don't see them having just a random turnaround out of nowhere here. Even if CMC and Debo are out, we still have Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle. I still have a little bit more confidence in them overall than I do in Kirk Cousins.
All right. Well, that's it here.
Yeah. So real quick question before we get out of here. What game do you guys think is going to be game of the week?
Dolphins, Eagles.
Ravens,
Dolphins, Eagles,
or Dolphins, Eagles,
or both of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bears, Raiders.
No, I agree with y'all, but I will say, like I said earlier, I think this could be a statement game. I'm telling y'all, keep an eye on the Steelers Rams this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in tonight to week 7 of Are You Ready for Some Football? What are some of your picks? Who do you guys think is going to win? Who do you think's right here? Who's wrong here? At the end of the day, it's all about having fun. We do this for you guys, and we do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Chip, Roger, Braden, Chad, anything you guys want to say before we bounce out of here this evening?
As always, please do not leave without leaving a like, comment, share, and subscribe on Spotify and right here on YouTube.
What you got to say, Raj?
As always, if you are on YouTube watching this, share with your friends, give us your opinions, everything like that. If you're on Spotify, leave a 5-star rating. And if you don't leave a 5-star rating, at least tell us why and say it with your chest. But just know we are coming out with some content that will actually be behind a 99 cents paywall. That will be mostly our wrestling content. So for all the fans that like wrestling out there, it's just $1 a month. It's not too much.
Not too much. But Braden, what about you, buddy? You got anything?
The NFL trade deadline is going to be October 31st. So down in the comments, say some hypothetical trades that you think could happen or that you want your favorite team to go after. So I'm sure we'll get into that more next week, but get a jump start on that.
Yes. Chad, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, just real quick. I know this is not purely NFL. 2028 Olympics, flag football's getting added. Micah Parsons and Tyreek Hill have both said that they want in on that action. Go ahead and list some of the people you would like to see play for the America's team in the 2028 Olympics flag football team.
Absolutely. That'd be awesome to see. And also, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend is a very big weekend for us here at Movement Radio. We are going to be at the Chattanooga Convention Center for Chattanooga Comic-Con, aka C3. It's going to be an amazing show. A lot of good panels are going to be there. We are going to be hosting a couple of panels as well. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles retrospective. We got Pokemon trivia. We got an anime themed tier. Roger, explain that to me because I explained that to the people. Anime themed battles, all the one. But you also said something about a tier.
We're doing tier lists. We're doing tier
lists.
Interviews, just to, just regular walk around stuff, trying to communicate, meet people and show some love to everybody out there.
Yes, we're going to have vendors. There's going to be Billy West is going to be there. Ming Chen's going to be there. There's going to be a Futurama panel. There's going to be a plethora of amazing things that's going on. And if you guys want to check it out, make sure you go to ChattanoogaComicCon.com. All the tickets are ticket information is there and available. I believe they have deals, package deals for like hotels and things of that nature. If you guys want to come and check that out. But yes, it is this Saturday and Sunday, October 21st and 22nd. Make sure you guys get your tickets for that. It's going to be really fun. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be pretty hellacious, but you know what? I'm excited for it. This is our second straight year of doing C3, and we're really looking forward to it. We hope to see you guys there. Also, make sure you check us out on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you check out streamlabs.com/movement radio/merch and go copy some more merch. And as always, movementradio.us, just your one-stop shop for all things Movement Radio.
I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
I'm Tony Stank.
I'm Braden Howard.
I'm Jack Queen.
And this is Movement Radio.
God's plan. You're an idiot.
Tony Stank.